Well, today we're actually going to be replacing a cracked flex line to the brakes on an 8890 Quattro. That's an Audi. It's pretty much the same for most cars doing this. There are a few variables, but all are more or less the same. I'll give you a look at the cracked line for starters. And if you look right in here, there is the crack. This is very dangerous because if the line actually bursts open, you lose your brake fluid very quickly, and at the same time you're losing your ability to brake the car. So this is probably one of the most important things in safety that has to be done on these. This line right here was so bad, I'm surprised it actually didn't burst on the road test when I hit the brakes really hard. At any rate, there are a few tricks to getting these things off. It's a relatively simple job. The biggest problem on these is where the steel line joins the flex line. They always get corroded up here, and you can get these off by actually using heat from a torch, which saves you from actually replacing the steel line all the way up to the master cylinder. And to do this, a very important thing to do is this wire, I don't know if you can see this, this wire right here actually goes down to your ABS sensors on the hubs for your ABS brake system. And you don't want to burn that wire. So what I do is I get some good wet rags and fold it up and put it behind like that to protect it, and then we get the fire wrench. And then what I do is I generally just walk away and let these things cool off for a few minutes, and then come back and remove the line. Okay, now that this line is cooled off, we can actually finish removing it, which is no big deal. And now that the line is out, you should be able to really see this crack really well. See how big that is? Very bad sign. If you ever see anything like this in your cars, replace it immediately. It really is a safety issue. And the customer just left, so I can get back onto this. And last but not least, we have to bleed the brakes out to get the air out of the lines. Otherwise, brakes don't work too good. And one thing that you have to be very careful of is the bleeder screw, which is right here. You have to be very careful when you undo these, because sometimes they are frozen in, and if you snap it off, it just makes a big mess. You know, I can get them out, but it just takes a lot more time. If you don't have a torch or anything, it's kind of questionable, especially in the northeast of the United States, where we use a lot of salt in the roads. These usually do get frozen. We'll see how lucky we are with this one. This car is a California car. Whoop. Oh, that was beautiful. Came right undone. At any rate, I have to set the car down and get the bleeding apparatus. Now you have to take the filler cap off for the master cylinder reservoir, and you have to add fluid to this. This is the tool. This is a vacuum brake bleeder. Something that most of you people probably don't have. You can actually bleed these brakes. If you have someone sitting in the car, you can actually have them pump the pedal, and you just put a piece of hose on there. Clear hose is what you want. And so you can see the air bubbles coming out. When the air bubbles stop coming out, you're done bleeding that side. Let me see if I can get this camera in a position where you can actually see this. And then you open the bleeder. And now, I think you can probably see these air bubbles coming up and out. Sometimes the bleeders are a little bit loose, and you'll see air bubbles keep on coming, little teeny ones, but that's just air going past the bleeder and into the hose. This one right now, if you see, it's all clear right here, which is a sign that all the air is out. See how the fresh fluid is coming up this line with no air in it. And that's what we're looking for. Very simple to do. There's really no catches in doing this whatsoever. Here are a couple more little air bubbles. I think those are coming from the bleeder area though. And then once you're confident that the air is all out of there, you just simply close the bleeder down like that. And you're done. There we go.